Hi. How we doing? How's it going? How is everybody? How are we? How are we? Hello, hello, hello. You got Ortho's SSR and 110 pull. Fantastic, fantastic. Congratulations. Ah, you're doing sick? That's not that's not so fun. I hope you have a speedy recovery. Your teeth hurt? Ah, you get your braces tightened. Fair enough, fair enough. I see, I see. Today was your last day of school? Ah, I see. So you said goodbye to a lot of the students. Aw. Bittersweet, though. Bittersweet, right? You have 4 exams left and then you'll be free. Well, good luck on your exams. Good luck, good luck. Got 3 SSRs and 100 pulls, including Leona's Gala. Nice. Congrats, congrats. Ah, you got a bug bite on your hand? That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Unfortunately, no, Leona. Darn. Darn, darn, darn. Yeah, surgery on your teeth, and oh no, and you have your lips. Ah, goodness gracious me, oh my. Originally wasn't gonna pull for Ortho, but you gave in and decided, and he showed up in 20 pulls. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Ah, you're gonna get your cancer removed. Nice, that's even better. It'll be removed on Kaleem's birthday. Oh my gosh, so hopefully, hopefully we'll have all the Kaleem vibes that day, and it'll all go smoothly, and everything will be fantastic and wonderful and sunshine and rainbows. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. Well, best of luck to you. That's very exciting news. The K-pop bug bit you today? I see. Hopefully you can fight it long enough to watch the stream. Fair. You say 469 fairy dust. Oh my goodness. I don't think I have that much. I have a feeling we're gonna have to do some lessons. I have a sneaking suspicion that we may or may not have to do some lessons. Be working on a fic for most of the stream. Ooh, exciting, exciting, exciting. Well, we are here with Ortho this evening. We have Ortho this evening, and he is strutting down the runway from the OG Fairy Gala, because I like this background way more. It's a lot less crazy. It's a lot less crazy. You're hoping to get Fairy Gala Kaleem, but yeah, they won't rerun that event. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate for sure, for sure. But yeah, the twist tunes are really fun in this one. I will say, I like the remix song. I don't like the background in the botanical garden. But trying to knit something, I see. Managed to convince your mom to eat crepes. Nice, nice. Did a bunch of lessons. Alrighty, awesome. So we'll have some folks playing along. So as is the case in every single stream, even though this is an encore. No story spoilers for the event, and absolutely no JP spoilers or content whatsoever. We don't talk about JP here. It is our Bruno. We don't talk about it. But most of y'all already knew that, so, but you know, it goes without saying, goes without saying. Which I like this event more because this event actually has a story. The other events just kind of like, guess we can get them to dance. And there's like 10 chapters. It's really, really short. So I do prefer this event. And this event in particular also was really impactful for Ortho because I didn't really care about him until this event. So there's this. But my. The only animal characters? Only with Steven the Gala? Huh? I don't understand. You haven't played... Oh, you have played both. You prefer the remix. Yeah, the remix at least like has a story and there's like solidarity and there's plot and there's character development. The original one's just kind of like, maybe we put the boys in pretty clothes and then they walk down a runway. Like there's really not too much else happening in that one. So anyway, time for our very first chapter. Ooh, who's my least favorite Fairy Gala? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Good morning, Ignihide. Wait, why is everyone sweating so early in the morning? Maybe there's a new fitness fad? My temperature sensor's showing some abnormal readings. hold on. Hold on. Well, I think one of the kittens got stuck behind the barrier. Hold on. Kitten is now unstuck. They were playing with the cardboard barrier and she must have pushed it so that he couldn't get back through it. But now everything is right in the world. Valentina got Gino caught outside of where we are. And he was crying because he couldn't get through the cardboard. Alright, we're all good. Everything's good until they do it again. Which they immediately did. What are you doing? Okay, that's gonna be a problem. Anyway. Whoa, it's 30 degrees warmer than usual in the lounge. Ortho! Idiot? Why do you look like the world's ending? I'll tell you why. I had trouble sleeping, so I woke up early and my room was a furnace. My hard drives, my monitors, this is an emergency. So it's this hot in the whole dorm? No wonder everyone's panicking. What if the heat destroys my game console? It's a limited edition. You can't even buy it anymore. Oh, I can't keep cooling my PC with ice magic any longer. Could someone help me out? I'm busy with my own. If your electronics are that important to you, shouldn't you power them down? How can you expect us to cut off our lifeline, Ortho? Wow, Ignihide students really are tech dependent. But there's a serious risk they'll suffer heat stroke if this goes on. I wonder if something happened to our air conditioning. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna visit the head mage and ask him to fix it. Please do. Ah, there he is. Head mage. We've got trouble in Ignihide. The whole dorm's as hot as a sauna. Really? So it's happening in Ignihide too? The temperature has been abhorrent in my office as well. It's so cold in there, why, my feathers could freeze over. Temperature control on this campus is handled by fairies, who draw power from a highly valuable mage stone this school maintains. Perhaps someone's vandalized it in some fashion. I'm heading to check it now. I'll join you. And away we went. So this mage stone you mentioned is stored in the mirror chamber? Oh. Yes, it's strictly forbidden for anyone to enter without my permit. Huh? Wait a minute. Sweet merciful 7! Gone! Gone! The precious mage stone that supplies the fairies with magical powers. Gone! It is... Dun, dun, dun! Who could have foreseen this occurrence? Oh my goodness! Shroud, summon every house warden to the head mage's office at once! I'm calling an emergency meeting! Dun, dun, dun! Oh, it really do be it really do be snowing in here, huh? My oh my, bruh, why is this room so cold? I gotta unlock the cat again. Hold on. The barrier has been dismantled. There should be no further problems. Hopefully. My. Yeah, you're right. Azul probably is used to the cold because the North Sea is supposed to be super frigid and stuff. But I think Octavanel's hot. I don't know. Like all the temperatures are like opposite what they're supposed to be. But yeah, 30 degrees Celsius is not a fun time. Especially not without air conditioning. My. Azul is probably, yeah, cold. The cold never bothered him anyway. Well, deserts, Scarabia could be really cold naturally. I think the problem with Scarabia is like deserts cool down dramatically overnight, So, like, the desert is back to, like, normal desert temperatures, and because they don't have, like, a good way of heating the internal building, they're, like, have to huddle like penguins. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing in Deisomnia. Oh, thank goodness! Octavanel has been so unbearably hot all day. I feared I was on the cusp of dehydrating into octa-jerky. It's still far warmer in here than it was in Deisomnia this morning. Quiet in the office! As you are no doubt aware, we are presently unable to regulate the temperature in buildings across campus. The cause, I'm afraid, is that the Mage Stone acting as a fairy power supply is missing. Oh yeah, Ortho mentioned you were yelling about something going missing. Just so. Our campus buildings are kept pleasantly livable all year round by virtue of the magic of fire fairies, water fairies, and wind fairies. Just to name a few of our many Fae benefactors. With the Mage Stone gone, we cannot fuel the fairies' magic and thus cannot control the campus's air conditioning. I kept it stored in the mirror chamber to avoid this precise scenario, and yet someone has undoubtedly stolen it. The nerve, the audacity! You just said that the stolen object is a Mage Stone that supplies the type of magical power the fairies favor. Wouldn't it follow, then, that the fairies would be our first suspects? As I recall, there's a Fae right here among us. A rather tall one, at that. Boom, case closed. It was Malleus. It was Malleus all along. Thank you, Azul, for pointing out the obvious. Thank you, Captain Obvious, for pointing your finger to the singular Fae. Well, actually, he's not the singular Fae individual. Crowley is also Fae. To the second Fae individual in the room. Had to be Malleus. Hey, the guy that has unfathomable power that can draw all of his power from nature had to be him. Had to be him, man. Had to be him. That's a bold implication you're making, Ashen Grotto. Are you suggesting that I, the heir apparent of Briar Valley, would stoop to common thievery? Perish the thought, pardon me. I meant no offense, of course. Dude, the amount of power you could get from a Mage Stone would barely be a drop in the bucket to Malleus. Exactly. Racial profiling, it is! Oh, man. He's already a balance-breaking character with that autofilling MP gauge of his. Yeah, for sure. Nobody here would think for a minute you're behind this, Malleus. Just, you know, if you happen to know anything relevant, it'd be nice to hear. Does anything Fae-related come to mind? You know, when I was out on a stroll last evening, I did glimpse some fairies around here, a kind that I don't see very often. They were palm-sized and clad in leaves. There were 2 of them, and they were struggling to carry an iridescent stone. Why, that's it! That must be the missing Mage Stone! Draconia, which way were they headed? Toward the botanical garden, I believe. We depart at once, everyone! Make haste! Oh my gosh, the Who Broke It, yes! Who broke it? I just want to know. My goodness. Oh man, that's such a funny little thing. You know, I had never watched The Office until recently. I legitimately never ever saw an episode of it until I was on the plane ride back from Japan, and I was like, I guess there's nothing else interesting on the little TV screens. I might as well watch The Office. It's not, oh, it's from Parks and Rec, isn't it? I was gonna say, I don't think that particular character's in The Office. I just assumed he was in like a different season, perhaps. But is it Parks and Rec? Where is Ron? Where's he from? Parks and Rec. Okay. The Who Broke It is Parks and Rec. Gotcha. Okay. I see. I have 5 as my cost. It costed you 6. Are you sure for the same chapter? It could be because for me, this is like the 3rd or 4th time that I've played through. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let us take a discreet peek inside. We mustn't alert our fairy suspects. Ah, I see some tiny fairies grouped up. They're definitely carrying an iridescent stone. That's it. That's the precious Mage Stone that vanished from the mirror chamber. Those fairies clad in leaves are called craft fairies. They make the tools and implements their fae brethren need to change the seasons. Does that mean they stole the Mage Stone to use in some feat of engineering? Look, now a different fairy is coming up, and they're carrying something. Is that a staff? Dun, dun, dun! And now they've affixed the Mage Stone to the tip of the staff. Don't tell me they pilfered such a precious stone simply to use in making accoutrements. Oh hey, a bigger fairy's coming up now. You know she's boss level because she's got an escort. My, I believe that's... They've handed the staff to her. It's too tall for the other fairies. It must have been specifically made for her. I've seen that golden fairy before. You have? Shining like gold, she towers over other fairies, her beautiful wings aflutter. Thus she is revered by her diminutive brethren. There's no mistake, that's the queen of the Feyland, where the smaller fairies gather. What? She's the fairy queen? If she's outside her domain at this time of year, there's only one likely explanation. Night Raven College's Botanical Garden has been selected as the venue for the Fairy Gala. I beg your pardon? The Fairy Gala? Dear, oh dear, goodness gracious me. What's this gala? Sounds like a hoot to me. The Fairy Gala is a festival that the fairies hold to usher in spring. Those who dwell in the Feyland choose a place to hold it on a whim when spring draws near. Supposedly, they celebrate the turning of the season with fancy outfits and a glitzy fashion show to showcase them. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Let's just shoo off the stupid fairies and take the Mage Stone back. No, you can't! The Fairy Gala is no mere celebration of fairy fashion. It is specifically a festival to herald the arrival of spring. If it were to be interrupted or spoiled, that would incur the fairies' wrath. And Twisted Wonderland would be forever enveloped in winter's cold, harsh embrace. When the fairies decide upon a venue, there is no negotiating. That's the trouble with the Fairy Gala. Just what we need, forces of nature who throw temper tantrums when someone makes them mad. Fairies can be surprisingly stubborn and petty. Yeah, sure. You know what? Yeah, sure. Only them. Only them. No other fae, just the fairies. Yep. Yep. You'll find precious few as mild-mannered as myself. Yeah. Yeah, sure, buddy. Sure. Wow, their deadpan humor is totally OP. We can hardly chase off the fairies, but sitting around waiting patiently for the gala to end is also not an option. From what I've heard, the Fairy Gala's post-event festivities can easily run 3 months. Without the Mage Stone, temperatures across campus will remain in a state of chaos. We cannot hold classes until such conditions, I say. Under such conditions. I say we all work together to take it back. And here we have classic NRC. Why do you all look so positively unenthused? Here we go with the same old story. The self-important grown-up dumping unpleasant work on his students. You're right that being unable to hold classes is a serious problem, but it is one that students have any business addressing? The head mage is the one responsible for campus affairs. As a student, I fail to see how any of this is my job. Goodness, I know temperatures are in flux, but you needn't all be so unseasonably cold. Even so, I had a feeling you'd respond thusly. So be it. I'm afraid school is cancelled until the Fairy Gala concludes and the air conditioning is fixed. School's cancelled? Sweet! However, missing 3 months of classes means I won't be able to advance you to your next year of studies. The entire student body will be held back, yourselves included. What? Yeah, you're missing like an entire semester, guys. If it's just like that's just what they're rumored. It could go for 4 months. It could go for 5 months. They could just go the entire year, guys. Preposterous! Me held back a year? That's unacceptable for me as well. It would be devastating to my public image. There, you see, I'm perfectly fine with canceling classes, but it simply wouldn't do for all of you. And I, being the kind soul that I am, can hardly disregard your feelings in the matter. This still doesn't sit well with me, but I suppose we have no choice. This is absurd, but with our advancement effectively being held over our heads, our options are limited. Then we have an agreement? Wonderful! Let's all work to overcome this adversity together! Yeah, thanks, Crowley. Thank you so much. I'm sure this will be wonderful and great and fantastic and amazing. Oh goodness, why is it 9? Why is it 9 fairy? What, the first one was like 2. That one was 5. Now it's 9? 9 fairy dust? That's so expensive. What is happening? I know that it goes up. I just didn't expect it to go up that quickly. That's a whole 4 fairy dust. So, in review, you have 2 tasks. 1, see the fairy gala through to completion. 2, take back the mage stone. These objectives must be achieved in tandem. With that established, I open up the floor to discussion. Say, Malleus, you're a fae like the queen, right? What if you went up and were like, hey, excuse me, that stone is valuable to us. Can we have it back? The fae are no monolithic entity. We come in many different varieties. There are floral fae, light fae, fauna fae. Everything from thistle fae to dragons like myself fall under the same broad umbrella. We come in different sizes and speak different languages. Not all of us are going to get along either, much like humans, really. Were I to so much as step foot in their gala, those tiny fairies would go frightened and scatter to the winds. Some help you are. Which is very funny to me because, like, clearly Malleus is either met or, like, known about the queen, right? Because he's able to recognize her on the spot to be like, ah, yes, that is her. This is how this works. Like, he has a lot of knowledge about this specific tradition. So if they really were that opposed to one another, I don't understand, like, how he would know that. Unless the Fairy Gala is supposedly, like, this thing that everyone in the universe knows about, except, I guess, the Night Raven college students, because we have to have this exhibition. But, like, I am surprised that they're rerunning this again instead of making, like, a new one, which I think could have been a little bit more fun. Like, what if we have an alternate universe one where Malleus can go? Because we just, like, dress him up different. Well, I mean, I guess it's like an aura thing. But, like, if we sprinkled fairy dust on him and then, like, wrapped his horns in, like, plastic wrap and put flowers in what if we put floral foam on his horns and then put little flowers in the horns? They'd never know. They'd never know. They would never know. They wouldn't figure it out. No one figured it out in Glorious Masquerade. No one figured it out in Firelit Skies. We just we gotta give him a hat. We need to give him a hat and we need to, like, disguise his horns in some way. And then they'd never know. Because clearly we're running off of anime logic, right? If we just put him in a really big hat, nobody would know. I know they can sense the magic, but that's what the fairy dust is for. Because they can't tell that the humans aren't fairies when they have fairy dust on them. So if we give Malleus fairy dust, then won't they just think that he's a different kind of fairy? Because they invite all sorts of fae. Because they're not, like, upset about the humans being there. Because they have the fairy dust on them. So, like, theoretically, it could be possible. It could be. Like, you know, I think what would be more likely in that event is that he goes and then he uses too much magic and then they figure out who he is. That could have been a very fun angle, and then he could be like, sorry, I wanted to have fun and I wanted to do, and you also took something of ours and we just wanted to get it back and I didn't want to be scary and I'm so sorry. And I have a feeling that could work. Who knows? Who knows? You get fairy dust from somewhere. From somewhere. We'll find out shortly. We'll find out shortly. Oh, I guess that is technically a kind of a spoiler. So sorry about that. But it's gonna come up like within this chapter or the next chapter. If reasoning with them is off the table, then our only option left is force. That would only aggravate matters. Perhaps we should explore methods of taking it back peacefully without being noticed. If any inconspicuous solution is if an inconspicuous solution is our aim, then what if we crafted an imitation staff and swapped it for the real one? Here's a little inside secret. Most things in movies are just props. Really? Oh, is that Soville? Oh, I had no idea. I thought the exploding car was actually like 100% legitimate. I thought that the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park were actually dinosaurs that they did bring back from the dead. How could I have not known that they were props? Thanks, Bill. Thanks. Of course, they're convincing enough to fool lay people, so long as no one looks too closely. You make a fine observation. As far as I could tell, those fairies were only regarding the Mage Stone as a pretty rock. The counterfeit would go unnoticed as long as it remains aesthetically identical. But how would you even make the swap? You saw how well guarded the queen was. How's an outsider gonna get close to her without drawing a bunch of aggro? The Fairy Gala is a large-scale event, yes? Surely they cannot keep track of every single attendee. Getting close to the queen on the day of the gala wouldn't draw any undue suspicion. Sneaking into the Fairy Gala, getting a hold of the staff, and swapping it out with a fake. That's quite the cunning plan. And completely overcomplicated. They could literally just talk to her. You could bring, like, this whole plan works. Right, in theory, but you could also do the exact same thing, but instead of swapping it without noticing, you could go up to the queen and be like, hey, I have this gift for you. I know this is going to sound weird and it might be inconvenient, and I do not mean this as an insult. However, the stone on your staff was actually stolen from us, and we need it back because it's very important to us continuing to exist. So we tried our best to recreate the thing because it was so beautiful and your craft fairies did such a good job, and we understand completely why they took the stone. We just need the stone back. You can absolutely have the staff. You can have all this stuff. Look, we made a stone that's identical, but that one we need. So, like, could we please have it back? Mage stones are actually a little bit harder to find. So it depends on the kind of stone. You can get mage stones from the mine. However, there's like specific specifications that you need for certain things. So this specific mage stone is like operating at a frequency that the elemental fairies at the school can use. And then they can all use it, and it has enough juice in it for them to use, right? Because the chandelier mage stone, the problem with that one was that it was so massive, so few mage stones that have that sort of properties at that size existed. And Crowley was like, maybe you can find one in the mine. That would be the only place that it would come from, because that particular mine, I guess, is where the original one came from. So it would have the same magical properties. But in a case like this, the mage stone, I'm assuming, is like very specific. It has specific magic properties because it came from a specific place. It is being used by specific fae for a specific purpose. So I feel like because it was so important and because it was kept with the Dark Mirror, the priceless artifact of Night Raven College, it probably had some sort of properties that can't easily be replicated, which is why it is important for us to get it back. Because otherwise, Crowley could have been like, oh well, guess we have to get another one. I think because they don't want to, he doesn't want to do that, and because it was in those places, it must be something that's hard to obtain. Yeah, the mines are mostly empty. Exactly. Yep. Precisely. However, there is one snag. It hinges on having some manner of magic spell or item that disguises someone as a fairy. A prospect as unrealistic as it is. And then an ad just played, which I think is super funny considering what is just like about to happen. To place your bets. Place your bets. What do you think is gonna happen? What? No, wrong answers only. Wrong answers only. Wrong answers only. What is about to happen? What's gonna happen? Well, while the ad break plays, what do we think? How do we think Crowley's getting cut off? Lucius is gonna storm in with a solution. Oh, that's delightful. My. Crowley does his job. Floyd's gonna happen. The Fairy Queen will appear. Grim pops in and complains. Stones fall. Oh no death! Guys, I wanted silly answers. My Malleus does a magical girl transformation. The stone's gonna be in Crowley's pocket. How exciting. My. Rook jump scare. You barges in. Oh my. Well, let's find out what actually happened. In stock! Whoa there, partner. I recognize that voice. Gee, I sure hope that you would. I sure hope that you would, Riddle. I sure hope that you would. 12 fairy dust! It has to cap at some point, right? We can't be spending like 100 fairy dust on the last episode. Hey! It's the boy! There he is! Hi, Sam! Greetings, headmate, my little imps. You seem to be in a bit of a bind. Hello, Sam. Why am I not surprised? You have an internal radar for desperate customers. Oh, sorry. Business opportunities. My friends in the shadows tipped me off, actually. Let me guess, headmate, is this what you're in the market for? A vial full of golden powder? I take it that's fairy dust. Why, yes, good eye, my horned imp friend. Fairy dust is the source of power for the fairies living in the Feyland. The way I hear it, no dust, no flying, fluttering, or even floating for them. Feyland fairies keep themselves coated in the stuff at all times, which means, conversely, anyone with fairy dust sprinkled on them counts as part of the crew. With this, you could sneak into the party like you were planning to. I hear the Feylanders treasure fairy dust so much they appoint an official dust guard to keep it safe. And yet, you have an entire vial of it in your hand. How did you acquire it, Sam? Trade secret, I'm afraid. My. That face is so intimidating, buddy. Normally, I'd prefer to spare such expenses, but the Fairy Gala leaves me in no position to refuse. I'll be purchasing that fairy dust. Yeah, and because he's purchasing it, that's just another nail in the coffin for this Mage Stone being kind of irreplaceable. Because he could have just bought another one, but instead. Thanks, a pleasure doing business with you. Well, that takes care of one problem. We have our means of disguising someone as a fairy. But this is a tiny vial. This much dust won't be enough to cloak every house warden present. We'll have to nominate someone to infiltrate the Fairy Gala. The gala has a different theme each year, and all guests are expected to dress accordingly. That way, it's not just the fashion show participants who get to have fun with the concept. I see, so we'll have to wear something that fits if we want to blend in? As it happens, I have it on good authority that the theme this year's Fairy Gala is evolution. Evolution? Why are they all so shocked? Going by the textbook definition, that would mean something like change or successive developments. And that's a rather broad theme for a fashion show. This is tricky. Who cares what the theme is? Just send in Vil. He'll clean up. Fashion shows are his thing. You know, Idia isn't entirely wrong. Idia isn't entirely wrong. You could just send Vil in. You could. Like, technically speaking. Technically speaking. Excuse me? Don't even try volunteering me. I thought the OG one was windswept. I'm pretty sure, at least in English, it was windswept. And then this one is evolution. But someone of my stature could hardly do a fashion show for free. And the theme is integral to the show. Well, we don't talk about JP content on this channel. I don't know how many times we gotta have this conversation. I only play in English. I only play it. So that is my only thing. My only context. I don't look at the JP content. I don't want to hear about the JP content. But that is interesting that it was exotic. Ay. That's an interesting theme. Exotic to wear. There's so many considerations with that. But yeah, in English it was just windswept. But yeah, windswept. And the theme is integral to the show. I couldn't just ignore it and parade myself around. That would be frowned upon. We have to take this seriously. From my perspective, you are all seeds who have yet to sprout. Nothing could be fresher. What I mean is that you're evolving every day. Any one of you could fit the theme. That's not exactly convincing from someone who's clearly gunning to sit this one out. He just explained that the little fairies are gonna run from him. He literally cannot go there because the little fairies are gonna be too scared. He literally explained this, Leona. He literally explained this. Ever consider getting off your tail and cleaning up your fellow fae's mess? You especially have room to grow, King Scholar. You may be particularly well suited to the theme. Oh, shut up. I don't gotta take that from the most useless guy in the room. You know, the one who sends fairies around. So you knew! This whole argument makes no sense. No sense. Because Leona picked a fight over something he already knew was already another factor. Why? And clearly you know that he can't do it because the fairies will run from him anyway. Girls, guys, come on. Oh, here we go again. Don't you guys ever get tired of sniping at each other? Say, now there's an idea. Why don't you sneak into the gala, Radish Sprout? Aren't you always bragging that you're on the cutting edge of tech while everyone else is behind the times? How about that? We've got a perfect fit for the evolution theme right here. But me? Absolutely nothing doing. What? Absolutely nothing doing is what? Going out in front of people for the explicit purpose of showing off is pure nightmare fuel for me. Besides, do any of you think I'm flashy enough to grab attention at a fashion show? I mean... Oh, even Sam and Crowley! That's funny. That's funny. Not sure how I feel about you all going silent like that. My. You're all just trying to foist the work off onto one another. We have a campus-wide crisis on our hands. Your level of irresponsibility is appalling. Well, who taught them? Who taught them? Who's their role model here? Crowley? No! What? Oh, Crowley got so offended he disconnected the app from my computer. Crowley, shut it off. Crowley! Crowley! Why would you do this to us, Crowley? Crowley, why? Crowley, that was so perfectly timed. Oh my gosh. We're having trouble. Something's not quite right. No. Phone, please. I'm sorry, Crowley. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How many times do I have to say it? I'm sorry. Oh no, they're still working on it. Uh-oh. Well, that was a nice hydration break, but no! Okay, hold on. What if I just completely restart the app? What happens if I do that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, guys. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. All right. Well, what if Hmm. All right. Task manager. Oh, task manager. I need you to assassinate why are you paused? Why are you suspending processes to improve system performance? Why? Those processes are what I need to stream. What are you doing? How do I get you to not do that? What the heck? What? Why? Unlock your mobile device? What is going on? Oh. Crowley doesn't look so good, guys. Guys, wait. Guys, you can't see. Why is it not showing up on the screen? Guys, he's not doing so good on my screen. Oh no, it's all going wrong. Oh my gosh, there we go. Thank you for the $1.99 to fix the wires. I took a screenshot. I'll put it in the Discord. Oh my goodness. I'll put it in general. My, oh my, oh my. Goodness gracious me, oh my. Crowley got so offended he flipped himself. My goodness, my gracious me, oh my. What a time. What a time. Where are my screenshots? Hello? Hi. Where are you? What is happening? There he is. Alright. There you go. There you are. Tis in the general. My, oh my, oh my, oh my. He was so clearly offended that it just took him out and everything else. I'm so sorry, Crowley. Crowley. Alright, we back. We're good. We're back. We're back. Truer words were never spoken, head mage. It's deplorable, really. No, I can't use the buttons on my screen. I have to do it from my phone. Gosh darn it. Then will you step up and do it, Ashen Grotto? Oh, well, you see. While I've put a great deal of effort into adapting, I've still lived on land for a relatively short time. And when I get nervous, I sometimes have trouble walking. Oh dear, I'm feeling a bit weak-kneed even now. I couldn't bear it if one inopportune stumble caused all our hard work to go down the drain. Therefore, I must regretfully refrain from participating this time. What about you, Rose Hearts? I cannot do it. It wouldn't do for a house warden to be absent from their dorm during an emergency. I must safeguard my dorm mates. That's what you have Trey for. Hey, buddy, that's what you have Trey. Buddy boy. All right, then. Oh, Asim, you'll go, won't you? Sure, I'm down for... I mean... I'd like some time to consider it. Pardon? Those are the last words I ever expected you to say. Jamil told me to say that the next time you asked me to do something. So I'll go back to my dorm and discuss it with Jamil. There's no way Jamil will let him go. So this group's a bust. We're getting nowhere. Wait a minute. If none of us are suited to the theme, why not pick someone else? What do you mean? Just dump the job on some freshmen. Yeah, yeah, no, that's a classic Leona move right there. Yep. Delegating. Yep. I mean, delegating is pretty smart in some instances. There are other instances where you do need to step up and actually like lead some things, you know. But yeah. Oh gosh, we don't have a sippy game, do we? Yeah, we don't have a Fairy Gala specific sippy game. I know that there will be certain individuals that show up that will help us in this particular endeavor. But yeah, we don't have we don't have a sippy for every time evolution is mentioned. Yeah, I suppose we could do that. I feel like it's a lot, but it might not be. It's definitely going to be a lot here in this beginning segment. The evolution might be too much. Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling it's gonna. We'll count in this chapter, and if it's over like 7, maybe like 5, maybe if it's, I don't know. If I deem it to be too much, then it's too much. We'll have this be our trial run chapter. Freshmen, they're certainly green, or to put a positive spin on it, they possess ample evolutionary potential. But would it be safe to give an infiltration mission to such a group of students? Relax, we'll just get one of those super active freshmen from my dorm to handle it. Like Jack or someone. You make it sound so simple. For him, it is simple. He doesn't have to do anything. How inconsiderate to his students. Inconsiderate? How about you not assume our Frosh couldn't handle it? Oh, I know what's going on. You're jealous. All those herbivores with 0 initiative who are totally helpless without their house warden. People like that could never handle this job, but my dorm's different. I know they'll get it done. You couldn't possibly be referring to Hostable. Hey, I never specified, but if that's where your mind went, well, your words, not mine. My freshmen are diligent, rule-abiding card soldiers. Diligent, huh? That's a charitable way to say they can't think for themselves. How dare you! I won't stand for the slander! All right, the job is to sneak into the Fairy Gala and swap out the staff for a replica, correct? They are highly sensitive to magic. They'd immediately catch anyone who used magic to switch the staff. But my dorm has someone who can switch it without any magic at all. Oh yeah? Who? You can't possibly have anyone that competent. Then you've never met Ace Trapola. He's quite skilled with his hands. Why, he performed an incredible magic trick just the other day. He moved a coin from his right hand to his left in the blink of an eye. I was amazed at his dexterity. There's no question Ace could swap out the staff without anyone noticing. And he would certainly use his own judgment in doing so. Could Jack do that? Okay, Jack probably couldn't pull off a trick like that. Leona is so delighted. He's like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Now Ruggy doesn't have to go. I bet you that's exactly what he's thinking. It's just, man, oh man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. What a time, what a time. Worry not, Ace will be much better at the job than Jack. Great, I'm feeling reassured already. This is a prestigious job that only Ace can do. I have little doubt he'll be delighted he was chosen to represent Hotstabul in this endeavor. Leona just played Riddle like a fiddle. It's supremely obvious Ace will view this as an unwelcome chore. Or would it be if Riddle took 2 seconds to think about it? Hey, if Taskmaster Riddle is fine with it, I've got no complaints, just so long as it doesn't involve me. Then I believe we have a consensus. So we're going with Team Jack, KKGG. You finalized the plan without asking for any of their input? What a blatant trial in absentia. Do you want to go, Crowley? Do you want to go? Do you want to go person by person? You want to go knocking on doors to see who's actually willing? Or are you going to let them do this? Pick a side, Crowley. Pick a side. Oh yeah? Well, if you've got a problem with it, you're free to go instead. I never said I had a problem with it. I have faith in each and every Night Raven College student. You're all tremendously talented. I trust any of you with this task, truly. Wow, Head Mage. It is certainly not because I can't be bothered to expend any more brain power on this, I assure you. You know, if you just shut up, we wouldn't have ever suspected. If you just shut up, it would have been fine. Ay, 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 Crowley. But as you bestowed this job upon the chosen freshman, I hold you responsible for the outcome. This is House Warden meeting is hereby adjourned. King's Scholar, Bros Hearts, explain the matter to Howl and Trapola and bring them here if you would. My. Yeah, he just has to talk about how he totally wasn't doing anything particularly bad. You know, he wasn't thinking of anything irresponsible whatsoever. There's no way. There's no way. My goodness, my gracious me, oh my. Ay. I have to sneak into that fairy's party to save the school? This is ridiculous, Leona. You can't just volunteer me for an important job without asking first. What a vehement opposition. I trust you explained the matter properly. Cut the yapping. You could learn a thing or two from the herbivore next to you. Ace is just so resigned. He's resigned to his fate. He's like, well, nothing to do about it. Nothing could be done. Nothing whatsoever. Absolutely none. Look at him, as quiet and still as a tortoise. Real talk, I'm not a fan of this either. But the House Warden was all like, I selected you for this critical mission because I hold you in such high esteem. Surely you wouldn't refuse. Isn't that right, Ace? Well? Yes, House Warden. Oh, he's still traumatized. He's still traumatized. Did you have a dispute before coming here? Yeah, I tried to say no, and he got so mad he nearly had my head. Oh, I should have suspected he was going to drop some lousy job on me when I saw what a good mood he was in. That's what I get for being all smug and doing that magic competition. Was it that good of a magic trick? It was amateur stuff, really, but still. It was one of the few times the House Warden openly complimented me, so I may have gotten a little carried away. So you let a little praise go to your head? Man, talk about shallow. Look, count me out. This is the school's problem, not mine. You guys can clean your own tails. There's nothing I hate more than getting chummy with others. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Anyway, I'm going back to the dorm. Jack. This mission ain't about palling around. In fact, it requires the exact opposite. Huh? What we need is someone who can lead the pack. someone with solid judgment and initiative. I figured you had both of those things. There was a lot of students in Savannah Claw, but I picked you. Really? Because of my judgment and initiative? Oh well, guess I was wrong. I'll have to find some other freshman. Sorry for expecting more out of you. Ooh! Oh my, if I heard that, I would, oh, that cuts so deep. Oh, that hurts, man. Oh, that hurts. Oh, man. Who else would be good? Wait! When you put it like that, how could I refuse? You say this is something only I can do? Then I'll make sure it gets done. I'm glad to hear it. Now who's shallow? How, Chapala? I trust you both accept. Even if I said no, I'd be miserable tending to the roses and animals in this heat. Okay, fine. Since I'd suffer either way, might as well make sure the house warden owes me. I'll get the job done. Wonderful. Now that is what I call a fresh evolution. I can finally rest easy while patrolling the school. I'm counting on you, boys. Okay, so the evolution wasn't that bad in that chapter. So if we want to make that a sippy game, we can. I will denote sippies, but I will not ring the bell. But we can make that a sippy game if we want to. We can. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Exactly. My oh my. If we do make it a sippy game though, I gotta go get more water. Because I currently have 0 drink. So let me go refresh. I'm gonna go refresh my drink. I'll let you all sit and hang out in the classroom for a little bit. And I will be back very, very soon. Right. Away we go. Everyone talking about how great Trey is while I'm gone. I see. Riddle, Trey, Bill. Oop. Gino's trying to get on my lap, but he didn't get quite up high enough. Here. My headphones fell before I could grab him, and then he got scared. The kitties are hydrated. They have water. Whether or not they choose to drink the water is anybody else's guess, but they have the option of drinking water. And the water's fresh. I refreshed it. It's all good. It's all good. Gino tried to get on my lap, but he only got like his front paws into my pants. He can jump. He could. No. He hung his little claws on my leg, and then his little back feet were swinging, but they were like not even an inch off the floor. and then my headphones fell and scared him, and now he's coming back. You want up? You want up? Yes or no? We We did a big yawn, but we're not moving, so I'm gonna assume that's a no. I have to use a magic trick to swap out some staff at the fairy gala, huh? And the fairy's gonna be holding it to boot? That's way easier said than done. How am I supposed to pull that off? If some rando walked up to her all like, pardon me, but I have a cracking good magic trick I'd like to show you, she'd immediately suspect something. Plus, she's the fairy queen, right? Could we even get close to someone that important? Good question. And this isn't that hard. Just make the queen want to meet you. Interesting, interesting. Huh? How would we do that? And the fashion show's the main event of this whole gala. So all you have to do is get out there and strut your stuff. Impress the queen and the rest of the audience, and they'll be clamoring to talk to you. I suppose that's true enough. I mean, oh no. I tried to grab some string for the cats. I forgot that I was in the middle of crocheting. This one, however, not in the middle of crocheting. So you can have this string if you wish to play. Which is perfect because an ad break just happened. Try can stay 50 feet away from your teeth. My goodness, my gracious. Okay, the sippy game here is evolution. The sippy game for this one is going to be for evolution. Evolution, and then, you know, the same sippy rules apply. So if Rook shows up, Rook rules apply. If Jade shows up, Jade rules apply. If Sebek shows up, Sebek rules apply. You know, all the normal things we'll do. Oh, yeah, it's so apparently now I get, like, the football treatment. Where on certain ads, it'll put me in the corner. You know how sometimes they do that for sports games? So you can still see what is happening even while the ad is playing. So that's fun. But I don't know how it happens, and I don't know when it happens, or if it happens all the time. I literally have no idea. But apparently I have been upgraded to sports ball. So that's quite fun. That's quite fun. Oh, it was a Ring camera ad. Uh-oh. Twist is exactly. It is a competitive sport. It is. Impra and clamoring to talk to you. Got it. What? The Jade rules is if Jade is being sauced, and the Sebek rule is when Sebek talks about Malleus. Those ones I will ring the bell for. If they end up showing up. But and then Rook obviously is when he speaks French. So I'm not trying to kill you. That's just how it goes. Those are how the sippy games go, man. No. We already had sippy rules for me. My rules were if I do Ace Slander, Trace Slander, if my mic cuts out, which isn't an issue anymore. And then when I go on a tangent. Those were the rules. Them's was the breaks. And those are still the breaks. But if we have a separate Jade Sus rule from the Eternity Float event. Because we did not have well, we also had Rook in that event, but I think we introduced it for that event specifically. And then it was really good for Nightmare. But it was like specific kinds of sus, you know. I thought we were going as regular attendees. There's no way we could do a fashion show, let alone strut anything. Of course you couldn't. What are you, stupid? Gee, words of encouragement from Leona. Thank you so much, buddy. Did you think we expected you to do it all on your own? Arrogant much? Ouch. Wow, way to talk to the guy you personally nominated. Don't worry, we've come up with a way to make your performance a success. Today's your lucky day, boys. We called in the most reliable backup we could ask for. Backup? You mean... Hey, get out here already. Do not give me orders when I'm doing you a favor. Who do we think it is? My. I wonder. Oh yeah, it's been a really long time since we had the PowerPoint, but the PowerPoint's not super relevant to this specific stream, so we'll save it for another day. But we do have a PowerPoint with all the rules, so that we can go over, and we also have a Scully snack game, but that's specific to Nightmare. Definitely Sebek. Training pups is my entire job. I'll see to it they're properly trained for this occasion. It's... Dun dun dun, the fabulous duo, Vil and Professor Corell. Since this is a fashion show, we figured these two would probably cobble together something halfway decent for you. You could be less dismissive, you know. Normally I would have turned down a request from you in a heartbeat. But I won't stand for any sloppy fashion shows to be put on in my presence. On my pride as a model, I'll make sure you boys are fit to rock the runway. You're gonna coach us personally, Vil? I'm honored. Yeah, I had a feeling it'd be you two the moment he said backup. Ace is like, oh no. Oh no, I had enough of this in book 5. Don't make me go through this again. Not again. I mean, Vil's a professional model and Professor Corell's a stickler for style, so who else? Huh? Who's that behind you? I thought it was just you two. Oh, they all smirking. Oh, they all smirking. My goodness, my gracious. Gino may have been inspired by a certain kitty cat from Playful Land. Potentially. Possibly. Maybe. Coming in now. I'll give this my very best. Dude, for real? Oh, this is even better now, because his voice actor's the for real guy. For real? Oh, man. We should do a Persona 5 stream at some point. I think that could be really fun. It would take us like an entire year, I think, to get through Persona 5. maybe more than a year. Maybe 2 years. Oh, man. My, oh, my, oh, my. Ah, you like Azul because he's an Ikemen, I see. But otherwise you like Leona. Yeah, I have Persona 4 Golden. We should probably do that soon because it's getting a revamp as well, right? They revamped Persona 5 has Royale, then they revamped 3, which I have, and I haven't finished Reload. To this day, I haven't like touched it again. And then Persona 4, I think, is getting Revival, right? Because there was a whole bunch of voice actor announcements for that. So it's at some point we're gonna have to do a Persona stream. At some point. Man, speaking of Persona 5 matchups for Twist characters, I have had a draft of Twist Persona in my drafts, in my scripts folder, since I started my YouTube channel a year and a half ago. One of these days, I'm actually gonna finish it. I have everybody matched up. I just need to actually write them. And it just sits in my folder. It's been sitting in my folder for a year and a half. So eventually, I think the reason that I'm dreading doing it is because I have to get footage from like Persona, and I don't. Yeah, it's almost been 2 years. Well, it's not quite a half. Is it? How close? When did I start my channel? September? What do we got? June, July, August. Oh, yeah, no, it's almost 2 years. Yeah. Good lord, this year went by so fast. Yeah, so soon. The problem is that video is gonna take a lot for me to edit and produce, and I'm lazy. I'm lazy, man. I need to write the script, and then I gotta record the audio, and then I gotta edit the video, and then I gotta get Persona footage, and that's kind of annoying to get because I don't own the game, And I don't know how to get it on my computer, even if I did own the game. Because unless I owned it on the computer. But, like, I don't want to have to play through 70 hours just to get a clip of footage from something, you know? But then I gotta go digging on YouTube. It's a whole process. It's a whole process. I have no idea what we're doing for Halloween yet. My brain has not gotten that far. My content schedule is basically the rest of June and, like, a little bit of July. That is how far my content calendar goes right now. I have not even thought about October. I gotta plan some spooky videos. Gotta plan some stuff. Yeah, Persona 5 I'm sure isn't that hard. It's just actually sitting down and doing it, and then Google, like, searching up everything that I need, and then actually getting it and putting in. It's just like you would assume that certain things wouldn't be that hard. I didn't think getting clips of FNAF was gonna be that hard, but it took me, I want to say, 5 hours to be able to get the clips that I needed of FNAF. And FNAF's a huge game. Like, and the Genshin videos is the same problem. There's people that do Let's Plays of Genshin everywhere, but trying to get, like, very specific things that I know happened. And I can't find the story quest anywhere recorded. Like, it was very frustrating doing the Vision videos, because I was like, I know this exists. I know it exists. And no one has the stupid thing. But I was also looking for stuff that happened really early on. So that probably also impacted my ability to find stuff, so that I had to improvise. Creepypasta? I guess, maybe for Halloween. I gotta think about it a little bit more. I could leverage you guys, but I feel bad. I feel bad. Because it's not your job to find clips for me from my videos. Oh, you got to 947 comfort. Good job, good job. Congratulations, congratulations. My. Anyway. Favorite Diasomnia character? I don't know. Malleus, I guess. I can relate to him quite a bit, so I'll say Malleus. I feel like that's a boring pick, but so you go. So you go. Anyway. Coming in now. I'll give this my very best. Dude, for real? Yay, it's the boys! Silver and Ortho! It better be you. I was gonna say you. I was gonna say Lilia, but then I was like, I really relate more to Mal. You're gonna help too? No offense, but neither of you strike me as the fashion show type. It was our idea to bring Silver in. You two lack knowledge about Fae, and the subject matter's not covered in the freshman curriculum. What, you mean people like Malleus and Lilia? There are many different kinds of Fae, actually. The ones at the Fairy Gala are smaller fairies. They live more secluded from humans than Malleus and Lilia do. Their culture differs greatly from human culture, from their habits to their values to their way of thinking. Basically, if you assume all Fae are that overgrown lizard, you've got another thing coming. Did you learn from your mistakes, Leona, or did you already know this? Leona? Yeah. I might think about the creepypasta thing, but let's not dive into them too much here, because like Lilia said, there are some that are not going to be appropriate to talk about. But I'm sure there are like tame ones. But we'll think about that for Halloween. But if you had an authority on Fae with you, they could step in before you did something boneheaded. Right. I'm ready to give my best for the good of the school. Okay, hold up. Beep, back it up. Back up the truck. We gotta do our Austin Powers 20-point turn here. You said you chose Freshman because of the evolution theme. Evolution, sippy sip, for anyone playing the evolution game. But then you asked Silver, which means you could have easily gone with sophomores. Well, the thing is, we actually reached out to Sebek first since he has close relatives who are Fae. But never! He immediately refused and started arguing with Leona. My goodness, my gracious. Becky boy. Becky, what are you doing, buddy? Okay, yeah. That's pretty easy to imagine, actually. You call that arguing? It was nothing but a crocodile snapping at me. He went on and on about how Fae knowledge would be wasted on greedy humans. Diasomnia is freezing right now. Considering Sebek can't tolerate the cold, it must be unbearable for him. His nose was visibly running, and yet he refused to accede to our simple request. His stubbornness is a headache even at club meetings. I'm sorry, I'll make sure to talk to him about his attitude later. Sebek can be a bit hot-tempered and prejudiced at times. Plus, his mother and grandfather are nocturnal fae, creatures of the night. The fairies who throw the gala are Oh no! Not this word again! Diurnal. Diurnal? Diurnal. 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 So that's what I'm saying. So basically what I'm saying. Diurnal. Got it. The daytime fairies. And they fear the nocturnal fairies. It's possible Sebek might frighten them. He would be unsuited to the mission. Seriously? But they're all fae. Jeez, why does this have to be a whole thing? Please don't misunderstand. Fae are very friendly. Huh, I don't know about that. No, really, they're extremely kind-hearted. Once you befriend one, they'll protect you to the very last. They're just a bit skittish and wary of strangers, so they're harsh with outsiders. Is that not what Ace would call the whole thing? Yeah, I mean, sure. I'm getting nervous about our chances now. Don't worry, I'm not Fae, but I was raised in Briar Valley. I know plenty about them. I'm sorry for not being a freshman, but I implore you to let me join you regardless. Are you sure? You'd be signing up for trouble. I don't mind. It's to help the school. Besides, it would be a good opportunity to improve human and Fae relations. I'd like to facilitate that. Jeez, talk about wholesome. I can't believe we got such a straight arrow at the school. You know, I'm starting to think you'll be way better than that stubborn loudmouth. I'd be great to have you. Welcome aboard. My. What a good time, what a good time. Yeah, so Silver really is a Disney princess. He's a grand old time. He's a grand old time. Why are we talking about race? What is happening? Guys, what the hell? We're having a fun little game. We don't need to be talking about race. Ay. Also, good morning to you. Good morning to you. How's it going? How's it going? For merch? What who's trying to get what merch? Who we what whom ha ha? Mercari Japan for official. I don't know anywhere to get the official merch when you're overseas. I only know where to buy it when you're in Japan. But yeah, Mercari has a lot of stuff. There's other stuff too. Like there's like a whole bunch of proxy services you can use to get stuff. I know there's a couple people that I follow on Instagram and a couple people on YouTube that have experience with it that will partner with people and things. I've heard stuff about a couple companies, but I've never used them, so I can't vouch for them. There is no Mercari. Do you have like other proxy services and things? People highly recommend Bai. Yeah, I've never used a proxy service, so I cannot I cannot speak for them. You can get randomly banned from one of them for some interesting, huh? Twist merch is not terribly expensive, depending on what you're purchasing and who you're purchasing it of. So, like, whose merch are you interested in? Are you just interested in, like, anything? Or are you interested, like, in Trey? Or in Jade or Matt? Like, because that'll depend as well. Jamil? Okay, so Jamil is decently popular, but you can still get his stuff for, like, a relatively good price. At least from what I've seen when Jamil is resold, it's a reasonable, like, middle of the road price. So he's not that expensive, but it will still depend on what you're getting. So, like, buttons and stuff shouldn't be that bad. But like, acrylic standing. Ow, cat. Why are we biting my toes? Why are we biting my toes? Acrylic stands and stuff like that can be a little bit more expensive. If you were going for somebody like Malleus or Lilia or any of Octavanel, it would be a lot more expensive. Or like Vil can sometimes be expensive. And if you're going for like, if you wanted the Scarabia purse, that's going to be expensive. If you wanted like the Scarabia like rings and like jewelry, like that stuff's going to be expensive no matter what. But if you just want like a couple of Jamil buttons, that'll be fine. Yeah, Deosomnia is really expensive except Sebek. Sebek for some reason is not that expensive. Same thing with Jack. You can get a shit ton of Jack merch for really cheap. Every time I get, like, there's so many Jack buttons. So many Jack things everywhere, and they're really decently cheap. So like you're spoiled in that regard for Jack and Sebek. But yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. You can simp for whoever, just simp responsibly. I think what I should do is I should put the stream rules in the description for all of my streams, because there's no like feature on YouTube. I wish YouTube had a feature where, if like Twitch, where it like makes you read a couple of like short rules before you can chat. So we gotta simp responsibly. No one has simped unresponsibly yet, but just as a forewarning caution, simp responsibly. We don't talk about politics or religion or stuff like that. Like, there's no reason to get into racial discussions at all. And we don't talk about JP content. Any JP content. If it's not on the English server, we don't talk about it. That sort of stuff. We're classy streams. We are classy streams here. Yeah, Floyd merch, expensive as all hell. Jade merch, also expensive. Azul merch, some of it is expensive, some of it is not. It really depends on where you're getting it from. For Pomfiore, Vil seems to be the most expensive. Apple and Rook seem to be the same. Heartslable, from what I've seen, Riddle will be really expensive. Ace and Deuce, Ace specifically though, ridiculously expensive. And then Deuce is kind of up there. Cater sometimes. Cater, it really depends. And then Trey is not so much, except for like very specific things. When it comes to Savannah Claw, Leona, super expensive. Ruggy and Jack are fine. They're fine. I'm trying to think. Octapanel's everybody. Scarabia, I feel like Kaleem and Jamil are like the same. So the two of them are relatively similarly priced. I think Jamil's a little bit more popular just because he's the overblottee. But from what I remember, they're not. I'm not buying a ton of Trey merch at 10k subs. No. No. Not happening. My goodness, my gracious. But yeah. And Jamil is like 1.5 to 2 times as expensive. Yeah, it's not quite as egregious as some of the other gaps. Like the Sebek merch is like at a discount compared to the rest of Deosomnia. And I really don't understand. Anyway. Ignihide. So Ignihide, you can get Ortho merch for really cheap despite how popular Ortho is. Edia merch does not exist. And I don't know why. I think it's because Edie is really popular, but literally on this last trip to Japan, I was like, oh, I don't have an Edie button. I need to get an Edie button, but I don't like him that much, so I'm not gonna pay like a ridiculous amount of money for an Edie button. I went to 10 different stores. I only found one button that is a half-inch round, but like half-inch diameter button. It is tiny, and it was still like 500 yen. Edie merch gets it doesn't exist because everyone that loves Edie is hoarding it. Like the secondhand market almost doesn't exist for Edie, and it's wild to me. So, and like I think I saw one of his figures, the one where they're sitting in the chair, and that was like 4,000 yen. Like I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But yeah, Edie merch is like scooped up the moment it exists. Ortho, there's 1,001 Ortho things out there, and you can get it for really easy, like relatively good prices. But Edie is just gone. Edie is hiding. I'm sure you can find it places. I'm sure there are websites and there are proxy services where you can get stuff. But that is what I remember. It's just Edie is wild. Edie is absolutely wild. In terms of that. But yeah. Edie is loved by a lot of people, and they keep their stuff. Like the tweet, like Octavanel is fairly popular, but there is a lot of turnover with merch, so there is a lot of secondhand Octavanel merch out there. I don't know if it's because it's a volume thing or what, but like Edie, I couldn't find him. So I gave up. I got that pin. I was like, listen, I'm never gonna see another pin of his again. And I think I only saw one other pin on the trip, but it was like 1,000 yen for that one. I was like, I'm not paying that much money for Edie. I wasn't even gonna pay that much money for that tweet. For like a singular pinback button, I was like, that seems expensive. But anyway. Anyway, we should probably continue the story. My, oh my, oh my. So, Ortho, did Leona and Riddle reach out to you too? No, my presence was requested by Vil Schoenheit and Professor Divas Cruel. Ortho was essential for your success at the fashion show. Do you recall the theme? Evolution, right? Another sippy for evolution. Yes, I've been pondering that concept ever since Sam shared it with us. What does the host wish to express with this theme? And what do the guests hope to see? Can't we just wear something that works and call it good? Foolish pup. You cannot simply don a flashy outfit and showboat around. The most significant part of dressing for a fashion show is how you construct and deconstruct the theme. Yes, and how you interpret the concept is key, which brings me to my inspiration. A being who is constantly evolving, clad in the latest technology, and more to the point, one who underwent a splendid rebirth, more emblematic of change than any living person. No one is more fitting for the theme of evolution than Ortho's Shroud. Another evolution sippy sip. You can imagine my surprise when they showed up at my dorm talking about a fashion show. Here we are. We don't have to imagine it no longer. Oh, that pointless houseboard meeting is finally over. Good work, Edie. I only managed to make it through because you were running cold air. Thanks for that. You're welcome. Still, a fairy gala at our school? Things are getting pretty wild. No kidding, they even asked me to take part in the fashion show. The sheer lack of consideration is mind-boggling. Wow, they did? Yeah, I guess you're right. I can't imagine what they expected, but I kind of would have liked to see you do it. Me? Dude, are you kidding? Who would voluntarily sign me up to parade themselves in front of a crowd? Valentina, get out of the potted plant! What are you doing? No, honey! No. I put that up in on purpose! I forgot you could climb on the box! I forgot. I tried to hide my plants because they're trying to eat the leaves of this one. But I forgot they could climb on the box, and the box is too close to where I put the plant, so I just turned around and she's just sitting in the plant. Ay, ay, ay. Nowhere is safe. Okay, hold on. I gotta move the box now. That placement will cause other problems at a later date. Yeah. Well, at least she didn't seem like she was eating the leaves this time. She was just kind of sitting in the pot. So that's good. That's great. That's great. Yeah, it doesn't look like any of them are bit, so we're good. If anything, I feel bad for Jack and Ace getting stuck with such a garbage job. R.I.P. to those guys. You think? It sounds really neat to me. It's not every day we get to see the fairy gala. And a fashion show sounds like fun. Uh-oh. Hey, someone's at the door. Coming! Just getting the lock. I wonder who it could be. I wonder who could it possibly be? Who could it possibly be? Your cat got into your pepper sprouts and ate them? Oh no. Oh my. Yeah, they're supposed to be careful because they're so little. Like if they were bigger and they like nommed on a leaf, I wouldn't be as concerned. But just because they're little, they don't have the big digestive system and immune system. But they're fine. They're good. Whenever you get dragged outside, fair. That was slow. I expected my dogs to come immediately when I call them. Oh, hello, Professor Davis Carell. What brings you here? We have something important to discuss with you, Ortho. Bill Schoenheit, you're here as well. And you both want to speak to me? Oh no, I've got an extremely bad feeling about this. Danger! Ortho, danger! Run! Edia was very opposed to the idea. He said it was far too dangerous. But I really wanted to go to the gala, so he eventually caved after I pleaded enough. Your fake crying was rather impressive, I must say. Thank you, Vil Schoenheit. Hearing you say that makes me feel better about my acting. Now that I think about it, Ortho does fit the evolution theme perfectly, and we have another evolution, Sippy Sip. You'd be a huge help for sure. I'm happy to be here. You won't regret bringing me along. Glad to have you with us. Now that we've settled the roster, we haven't a moment to lose. We need to start preparing for the show right away. We'll begin by getting the 4 of you proper outfits. Right. Heck yeah. We've done all we can to help, and the future of our school lies in your hands. I'm counting on you, Ace. I give you my word that when you return, you'll find not a single rose has wilted in your absence. I hope you show some proper appreciation when I get back. Just do what you usually do. Don't psych yourself out and screw up. Yes, sir. You can count on me. Ooh, packing for a trip, I see. That's exciting. My. Ah, goodbye. Thank you for coming and hanging out. I don't know how many chapters we actually get through. I don't even know how many chapters are in this event, to be honest. Excuse me, Ortho. How many are there? Will you tell me? You will not tell me. All right, so when was the last time this event was around? There it is. Oh, there's 26. Oh, so oh, wait, no, that means we're like halfway through. No! Man. Ah, you're spending the weekend. I see. But that's still a trip. That's still fun. That's still something different. Suitable attire is essential if you want to attend the fairy gala, and more importantly, no pups of mine will be seen looking unkempt at a formal affair. The theme is challenge, but they'll have evolution written all over them once I'm through with them. Oh, another sippy sippy. I look forward to seeing your work, Professor Cruel. If you're done changing, come on out, pups. Yes, sir. Look at him! Hi, Jack! How's it going, Jack? Thank you for coming and hanging out. Oh, you got Riddle's SSR. Congratulations. Well, does my outfit look fly or what? Personally, I'd say it's a slam dunk. Alright, Ace, calm down. Alright, buddy, calm down. Calm down. My. He does look good. I like the ones with the gold better than the ones with the silver. I don't know. Did I put everything on right? Yeah, look, he looks very cute. What a good time, what a good time. Yeah, you can't get back up there. I sure hope you can't get back up there. Oh, she might be able to get back up there. That might be a problem. Very good. At least you're all properly groomed now. I have to hand it to you, Professor Cruel. The white cloth symbolizes a potential that has yet to be dyed or influenced by anything else. The possibilities of such a clean slate are endless to the observer. And that's what evolution is all about. It's nice having a proper fashionista here to save me a lengthy breakdown. So, not to rain on your fashion parade, but what is it? I don't see our main star anywhere. Ortho said he was getting changed in a separate room. You think he's okay? Ortho doesn't really wear clothes, does he? It's more like he swaps bodies. Oh, excuse me. With all due respect, Professor, aren't machines a little outside your wheelhouse? What's this? A mere pup concerned about me? Indeed, Ortho Shroud's outfit can't be made with a needle and a thread like yours. But I've come to a realization in my time as a classic car buff. Steel can be just as beautiful and soul-stirring as fabric. Hey guys, I'm ready! Look at him! I love this outfit so much. I like this so much. Oh, look, he's so cute. Sorry, it took a bit to change over my body. What do you think? Whoa. Dang! Is that really you, Ortho? For a second, I thought you were a fairy flying around. For sure, you're so shiny and sparkly, you could easily be mistaken for a noble fae. You might be small, but no one could ignore you. Talk about a striking pose. Presents, striking presents, not pose. Hi, Cat. Hi, Valentina. How you doing, baby? You figured out how to climb up on my lap. Good job. But you can't go on my desk. There's too many things for you to knock over. You can't assassinate Azul, please. Please no. From the fluctuations in everyone's pulse and line of sight, I can tell you're not lying. I'm not a fashion expert, but it looks like this design's made a strong impression. It's a perfect fusion of modern craftsmanship and traditional motifs. The design heightens and pushes both forward. This is evolution! Another evolution sippy sip. You've outdone yourself, Professor Cruel. I'm absolutely awestruck. All I did was hand Ortho my design. He's the one who turned it into a mechanical body. Good boy. You provided me with an amazing source material. Thanks, Professor Cruel. I've never made my own exterior before. It was a very rewarding experience. You made that all by yourself? In such a short span of time? You got skill, dude. Now that I've seen Ortho, I feel like we could actually pull this off. Quiet! Settle down, Pops. It's time to get down to brass tacks. Yes, while practicing for the show is important, we need to work out a plan of action first. Right, we gotta figure out how to swap the queen's staff for a fake. Yeah, that's kind of important. We do kind of need that detail. Whoop. Hi, kitty kitty. You having a good time on the lap? You haven't moved, so that's good. You're swapping out the real staff for a fake? That would mean deceiving the fairies. What if we tried talking to them first? If we explain the issue, they might return the mage stone on their own. Yeah, they probably would. They probably would. They probably absolutely would. You're softer than cashmere. You clearly have no idea how critical this mission is. No, Silver, so you brought... The thing that I don't get about this event is they brought Silver here specifically to be the Fae Ambassador. And the Fae Ambassador is telling you, hey, the Fae like honesty. If we just talk to them, it'll be fine. And what do we tell the Fae Ambassador? That we are not paying, but paid to be here to tell us how to do stuff with the Fae? Nah, you don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Fae Ambassador, who's telling us how the Fae function, which is the purpose of you being in the event, to tell us how the Fae function. Nah, you can't be right. It is so silly. It is so silly. Yes, seriously, if the fairies get upset, they'll call off the gala, which means no spring for us. You can't expect us to risk all that by telling the truth. But the Fae Ambassador... but he just told you... I mean, yeah, in real life politics, you have to handle things delicately with white gloves and kind of negotiate smoothly. But you can't I mean... There are people that do spying, and hello, Gino. How are you doing, buddy boy? Whoop. There we go. Gino has also figured out how to get on the lap, but he took a much more dramatic route than Valentina did. You cannot go on the desk, though. I'm so sorry, little guy. But... And technically, the fairies stole from us first. We're just taking back what's ours. I'm with Ace. We're way past the point of getting cold feet and backing down. That's not what he's asking you to do. That's not what he's asking you to do. Oh, calling in an expert's what you meant. Yeah. Exactly. Gino, you can't go on the desk, baby. I've run some simulations as well, but you don't have any data on the Fae. The plan to swap out the staff has the highest probability of a successful outcome. I have two cats. I have Gino and I have Valentina. It's the two of them. And Gino really wants to get on the desk. Valentina's content to just sit on my back for now. She's propped herself up on the little pillow that I have behind me. And she is now sitting back there. Gino wants to get on the desk. And he's being a handful. Nope, you're gonna have to go down. You can't I know you want to assassinate Jade. You can't. You can't, buddy. You can't. You simply cannot. All right. I can tell from your insistence you feel strongly about it. My father always tells me we should respect each other's beliefs. I'll abide by his teachings. Okay, Silver, but you're the Fae Ambassador for the Fae. Gino, you're gonna have to go down, buddy. You're gonna have to go down. Thank you. You can't go on the desk. I'm sorry. I can give you the string. You can play with the string. You can't go on the desk. Okay, so I believe the plan was to use a magic trick to make the switch. What kind of magic trick was Riddle Roseheart's referring to at the House Warden meeting? Oh, it's nothing fancy. How about a little demonstration? Sure. All right. I think I had something in my pocket I could use. There we go. Take a good look at the coin in my right hand. I'm gonna make this coin disappear without any spell casting. 3, 2, 1, poof! Ta-da! Ah, it's gone! Ah, where are you looking? Ta-da! Now the coin's in my left hand. But your left hand was empty before. You really didn't cast a spell for that? Nope, it's just a good old-fashioned magic trick. Very skillful. No wonder Riddle recommended you. That's so neat. It'll be super easy to use that trick and switch the staff, right? No. I can't just magic something like that away with 0 prep. It's called a magic trick because there's trickery involved. Otherwise, it'd just be spellcasting. Let me break down what I did. I slipped the coin in my right hand up my sleeve real quick-like. Then I slipped a coin into my left hand while you were all focused on my right. Ah, so that's the trick. It's surprisingly easy to miss. That's called misdirection, right? That word came up when I ran a search on magic trick terminology. Creating a magic-like phenomenon without using magic. It's so nifty, fascinating stuff. Getting into it, Arya. The most important thing for magic tricks is manual dexterity and directing people's focus. When you don't want people looking at something, you gotta make sure their focus is somewhere else. But a staff is a lot bigger than a coin. Would you be able to swap it out as easily as you just did in front of a crowd? That's definitely a concern, and since the staff belongs to the queen, she'll probably be careful to hold on to it. Diverting the audience's attention will be no trivial, small matter. Yeah, just going, hey, look, the coin's gone, probably won't fly here. We'll need more than a magic trick. This calls for a full-blown illusion. What do you mean, illusion? And that's the term for big fancy magic acts. Quick changes, water trap escapes, teleporting, levitation, all that jazz. But I highly doubt this group could pull one off. I like that idea. Let's do an illusion. Were you even listening? I just said we couldn't do it. You can't give up on something before you try. Dude, come on. It's easy to spout cool one-liners when you know what's up, but you're all noobs at this. And sure, I'm good, but I'm no pro. There's no way I could do a large-scale illusion. If you could, I'd pass your number to a producer I know. Oh, I see. Wait! What if we relied on my technology instead of your skill? Huh? Dun dun dun! Yeah, there is a heart on Ace's shirt. The little, like, braiding, or, like, what is it, the checker thingy? The mesh, the netting, the whatever you have. It has a little bit of a horse. Not a horse, a heart. Good lord. I read High Key 4 Horsemen. Said the horse. My. If we utilize my cutting-edge tech, we could produce visual effects equivalent to illusions. And then Ace could swap out the staff in the meantime. He's the best with his hands. So Ace would perform the actual magic trick, while Ortho does the misdirection part and distracts all the fairies. The burden's shared that way. It's a good plan. Yeah, actually. Nice thinking, Ortho. Okay, so what kind of illusion do you think you could do? Good question. Thinking about the examples you gave before, they were all illusions performed on people rather than objects, right? Somebody's about to jump on the desk. No. 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 Oh dear. Oh, this is complicated. Now. Gino. Gino, no. Hold on. I haven't used this in a while. We're gonna use that. No, Gino. Off. Down. Get down. Gotta get down, buddy. See, like Valentina just got that. See, now you made her jump off. You made her jump off because you had to go and try to climb on the computer. And I can't have you do that because you press the power button. The stream goes bye-bye. I can't have you doing that, bud. No desk. No desk. Alright. We're back in business. We're back in business. Yeah, they got more wow factor, you know? Lots of magicians will pick a volunteer from the audience to make the act seem legit. After all, if they use an assistant, people will just assume the assistant's in on the trick too. Of course, a lot of times the volunteer is in on it, but hey. I see. Okay, then how about this? We pick a member of the audience, namely a fairy, we bring them up on the runway, and then we make them disappear. Make them disappear? You make it sound so simple, but can you actually do that? Oh, totally. I'll just use my optical camouflage. There are a lot of different types, but naturally I wouldn't use anything magic-based for this. Oh, there he goes too. I'll project the surrounding scenery onto the participant to make it look like they vanished. I call it illusion camouflage. What do you think? But wouldn't you need heavy equipment for projection? Never underestimate Ignihide's technical prowess. It'll be a piece of cake to fit some miniature drones with projectors. If I make their outer plating look like flowers, they'll blend right in. Wow, you've covered every angle. All the participant will see is a few lights shining down on them. They'll have no idea they vanished from the audience's view. It still sounds like a challenge. You think it'll really work? Under normal circumstances, people would spot the trick immediately. But fashion shows use bright lights and the audience is seated farther away, so it's actually feasible. Yes, I think it's an excellent plan. Admittedly, my own simulations show it has barely a 30% probability of success. 30%, huh? Not very promising when the whole school is riding on it. No. No. I'm gonna have to move the box again. We'll need to get the audience more excited to improve our odds. Every living creature has lapses in judgment when they're excited. It's the perfect time to do something sneaky. I getcha. That reminds me of this one magic show my family took me to when I was a kid. It had a whole lot of razzle-dazzle. I remember they brought a celebrity out on stage and me and my brother got super hype. In hindsight, I guess that was one way they got the audience excited so the show would be more convincing. A celebrity, huh? Oh, that's it! We should ask the queen to be our volunteer. What? Dun, dun, dun! She's the biggest celebrity among the fairies, right? That would get everyone excited for sure. And it... No! Get out! Get out! Get me on the computer! Ay, 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 ay. My goodness. And it would allow us to get closer to the staff. That raises our chance of success by 48%. He just wants to. Okay, got it. I think we're fine to talk and speculate about the anime, but technically Diadem is not. You guys can't talk about the JP staff. Guys! Guys! Guys, we can't talk about JP content! This is like the third time I've had to tell y'all. Ay, 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 ay. The Queen's adoring followers would be thrilled if she took part in the show. Gino, I swear. Do not. Gino. Gino. That, and no one would suspect that your real target was the Queen all along. Gino! No! No. No. But still, no! It's a good thing we only have one more chapter. I think they're getting restless. Stop! No! Gino. No! Oh my goodness. He hears the word no and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway. Ay, 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 ay. He's trying to get on the computer so that way he can get onto the desk. But if he's on the computer, he tries to get to me and then he can hit the power button and then I could turn off the computer. So for right now, we're just gonna get held. And hopefully he's chill for a bit. Man, Ortho, you got guts. No kidding. You look all tiny, but you might be more fearless than all of us. No, they're not zooming. They're just... he just wants attention. Now he's content to be held. So I think he just wanted attention. I think he just wanted that. That's all. My. I mean, the Queen is the boss of the show, right? Calling her up on stage with us is out there. You think? I just went with the plan that had the highest probability of success. Sometimes you have to be bold to fulfill your duties. With this plan, we'd give the audience an exciting show and no one would get hurt. You've got my vote. Thanks, Silver. What do you think? Arthur's got it all planned out for us. It would be cool of me to whine about it when I don't have any better ideas. I'm in. Okay, then I'm down too. Pulling off an illusion like that as part of a group sounds pretty cool, actually. Jack Howell, Ace Chipola, thank you for trusting in me. Sounds like we have a plan then. You use an illusion to make the Fairy Queen disappear in front of a live audience and swap out the staff at the same time. Do you realize what you'll need to do in order to pull this off? What? We'll have to do a good job in the fashion show before we perform the illusion. Right? Indeed, indeed. You would think that they would have a panic, but I guess it'll depend on how the trick plays out, because it's not like they're actually making her disappear. Like, she's still gonna be there. So, you know, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting for sure, for sure. Precisely. Didn't Leona explain that to you, Ace and Jack? Ace, you're quite the fast talker, so I'm tasking you with calling the Queen up to the runway in addition to making the switch. But simply calling on someone won't make them want to join you if they're the cautious and wary sort. And if the Queen doesn't join us on stage, the whole plan is basically shot. Which means that when Silver, Jack Howell, and I do the fashion show, we have to be so impressive that the Fairy Queen will open her heart to us and want to join us on stage. There you have it. I trust you're all prepared. Yes, sir. Then let's see how much poise you have. Come on, guys, let's do this. Right. Take it away, boys. My. Now we got a twisty tune. Got a twisty tune. This is gonna be very hard to do with a cat in one of my hands. goodness, there we are. It's harder to do with one hand for sure, because I couldn't see some of the notes. You want to get down? You better not go back on the computer. My. Heck yeah. Out of 1,000. Out of 1,000. My goodness, my gracious. Woo, how was that? Yeah, Vil? You're so awestruck you can't even speak? Vil? Uh-oh. Ace Tripola? Why are you two so quiet? How was our runway walk? What score would you give us? A 2. 2? Like 2 out of 10? Don't flatter yourselves. 2 out of 1,000. No, not even out of 100. You're an embarrassment to the outfits I so painstakingly tailored for you. You clearly don't understand what fashion show is. I couldn't agree more. All Ortho did was fly. All Silver did was walk. And all Jack did was flex his muscles. You'll never showcase the true charm of your attire that way. Are you taking this seriously at all? Okay, Vil's switched into scary mode. I'm with him, though. If that's the best you can do, the Queen will turn our invitation down flat. This calls for some serious remedial training. Listen up. You need the Queen for your illusion in order to swap out the staff. I'm not asking you to put on some glitzy performance that leaves the entire audience awestruck. Simply put, what I want is for you to do a show that the audience finds entertaining. A stirring display that's evocative of the future. One that makes the audience want to be a part of it. I dub this plan Operation Elusive Evolution. Hey, another evolution sippy sip. Yeah, true. Ace doesn't have to go through it again. This is fair. And it absolutely must succeed. Right. Entertaining? Stirring? What would that all entail? That's a very good question, Ortho. A question that unfortunately we will have to find out next time. On the next installment of Dragon Ball Z. But what a good setup. What a nice little plot we have going on here. What an exciting time it is. Indeed. My goodness, so I thought I was gonna have to do lessons. I didn't think I had enough fairy dust, but clearly that was not the case. Clearly we had enough. Oh, and we have a person. 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 A lovely person. And look, it's a Jack! How exciting! He's not gonna talk to us because I've already got him. but it's a Jack! We have gained a Jack. How exciting. How wonderful. How beautiful. Alrighty, well, it's time for us to do what we always do at the end of these streams. Gino, I swear, stop. I'm gonna have to hold him again. We're going to be doing lessons and chatting. So what do we want to chat about? Do we want to chat about Fairy Gala? Do people have predictions on where things are going to go? Gino? No. He really does want to be a gamer. I think he just wants things to do. But he stopped playing with the string. So, I don't really know. I don't really know what he wants. You know. Okay, string is a good distraction. He's back at the string. Kinda, sorta. Anyway. What multiplier do I recommend for the twist tunes? What do you mean by multiplier? Do you mean like difficulty or do you mean like time speed multiplier? For the twist tunes, I think hard gets you the most fairy bells. But what you don't have to like actually complete the song, I don't think, for you to get the fairy bells. We can test that. We can test that because I have a lot of fairy dust left over, so we can test that. Did I see the Shrek trailer? No. No. You would like to say something about lessons? Go for it, I guess. A cat gamer. Indeed, indeed. Should we save until the last twist tune is unlocked so it gives us more of the materials? So, let me think. It's been a while. It's been a while, guys. I'm pretty sure that the twist tunes themselves give you different colors of fairy bells, right? And the different difficulties give you the different amounts. I don't think that you necessarily need to save all of your fairy dust to go in 100% on that last one, because that last one will only give you this certain color, right? It's not like this one gives you white, and then the next one gives you white and purple, and then the last one gives you all three. Like, each individual twist tune has a different colored fairy bell. So if you are trying to upgrade your cards, you're gonna need a lot of the first one anyway. So you could, like, do them passively. It is a little bit easier, I think, to just grind them at the end of the event, personally, rather than, like, grinding them now, because that way you can guarantee that you can finish the actual event story, and then you can use whatever you have left over to get those fairy bells, right? But I'm pretty sure it's the difficulty determines how many you get, and then the twist tune itself determines the color. So there's not like a hard and fast strategy as long as you're doing the hard difficulties. You'll get the most fairy bells, I think, for your fairy dust. Normal might also be a good one. I don't remember how many they get, but after we do the lessons, we can just go through and I can do them really quickly. And we can see which ones get you what amount of bells. I don't mind doing that. Not at all, not at all. Who I'd want to see as an extra card in the Fairy Gala? I want to see Mal. I just think it'd be funny. I want to put him in the little glasses with the mustache and have him go to the Fairy Gala. I just think it'd be funny. I think Lilia could be cute too. Or maybe we could get one of the eels or Zool. My faves. The kitties are definitely more confident. They're a little bit more independent than when I first got them, obviously, because they're now older. They're still kittens. They're still little. They're still babies. But they're doing better. They're doing better. So, you know, they are a little more stir crazy. They used to sleep a lot more. Now they're a lot more active. So that's very exciting. But I'm also, because I'm at work all the time, and I don't get to play with them during the day. It's been a little rough. It's been a little rough. But Lilia wearing white. Yeah, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be interesting? Okay, so let's go investigate the twist tunes, because I honestly do not remember how they function. That is not the twist tunes. Where's the twist tunes? How do I find the twist tunes? Give me the twist tunes. Here we are. So you have easy, then you have normal. Ah, I see. Okay, so the reward multiplier. Yeah, so if you're doing these, I think the reward multiplier times 5, right? Okay, so let's do math, which is something that I hate to say. So if you do 8 and 8 is 16, so you would be spending 36 fairy dust for 6 times multiplier, right? You're spending 30 fairy dust for 5 times multiplier, but it costs 6 fairy dust to do a 1 times multiplier. So all of them cost the same, right? Because 6 times 5 is 30. So it doesn't really matter in this instance, I think. They're all, so you might as well just go for the 5 times multiplier, because you're not like saving any fairy dust. So let's see how much we get, and we'll see how much the hard one is. But I can actually turn the music up this time. I don't remember if it's 30 for all, or if it becomes 60 for the extra. Like 45 or something like that. It's been so long. Hello to the cat. Please stop biting the food. You want puppies? I can't do that right now. I'm sorry. Card hasn't released. No! Well, to answer that question then, I don't recommend grinding them on any level except hards. No! I didn't even pay attention to how much I got. Did anyone else catch that real quick? No, the kitties don't actually meow like at all. If they do, it's like a broken meow, like, and it's very quiet. Unless they're really upset. If they're really upset, then they go. Rah! But they typically don't talk unless they want something. So it could have been. So I guess the answer to the question is I would not right now. I would not grind right now at all. Wait until the hard ones happen because it's like 15 bells. Okay, so here's a secret, right? Here's a big secret. Here's a big secret with this. 15 bells for the 25. I see. Gotcha. Oh, 25 pins, 15 bells. Got it. So like here's this huge secret about this event and all of the Twist Tune events. You should save your fairy dust because you want to do them on hard, but if you pay attention to the screen, right? There's this really cool feature that the devs have put in the game. And it works for all Twist Tunes when you're doing the rewards. So when you are trying to get those play a Twist Tune X amount of time rewards, this special feature will work for that as well. But I'm 90% sure, because I think we tried this on one of the other Twist Tune events, that if you do this if the hard ones are too hard for you, right? Like if the pattern is hell, you don't have to worry as much because this little mechanic will help you out in that instance. And you will get the same amount of rewards when it finishes. Because the only thing that it tracks is that you hit the button to start it. Because you can't fail Twist Tunes. It is impossible to fail them. Because the way the story mode works is you either get like on route A or route B. So if you're having difficulty on the hard ones, it's okay. Because even if you don't get a rank, you still get the same exact amount of rewards as you would have if you got a double S. So you can grind them and you don't even have to touch them. So you can just grind passively. You can be writing fan fiction, you could be doing homework, you could be cooking dinner. And as long as you hit the button to start it, you will get the rewards. So, save your fairy dust. Use your fairy dust on the hard levels specifically because that will get you the most bells. I'm 90% sure. And then try to just do the big multiplier because it saves you time. And there you have it. But each one will have a different color of bell. You do need all three to max out your free cards. So you're just gonna have to pay attention to how many you get, and grind up as much fairy dust as you can if you're trying to max out your cards. That's it. If you want to get these rewards as well, then you're gonna have to actually play the Twist Tune. You know, you kind of have to for these. But playing them multiple times, you can do what I just did, and it will still count as having played through that. As you can see, I have 3 out of 7, and I didn't play that last one, so technically didn't play that last one, so you can cheese it that way as well. But there you are. But there you are. Oh, you made a chart of how many hairpins and bells you get from each twist tune in the news on the Discord channel. Is that what you meant? In there, I'm not seeing it there. Or are you talking about like on the official news? Because I don't remember them having it in the announcement, but I also don't fully read through the announcements. So that is on me. But these things do happen. What are you gonna do? What can be done about it? You know. I literally just tested the twist tune without clicking. I literally just did that. If you go back like 30 seconds, you can... Gino, get down. No. Yeah. That's what I just finished. Gino! Stop it! Come here, you silly boy! Come here, you silly boy! Oh, I don't know why you want to go on there so bad. I don't know why you want to go there so bad. Yeah. He truly is becoming a chaos being. I don't know what to do about him. I don't know what to do. But he yearns for the butt. I think he really just wants to get on the desk. But you can't go on the desk, sweetie. You're gonna bop the Azul bean around, and then he's gonna break. And then all the acrylic standees, all the everything, all gonna go bye-bye. My goodness, my gracious. Jade and Azul are fighting in the guest room. He really wants to assassinate them. He was the one that knocked over the Nendroid boxes that were on the bookshelf and everything. My goodness, little guy. My goodness. My. Well, it's almost time for stream to end anyway. He'll get me all to himself in about like 10 minutes. Alright, down you go. Whoops. Not that way. Hey, guy. Hey, boy. Okay. You're gonna drop the chart in Discord. Thank you. But you said it was in the in-game announcements. It's in there somewhere. This one. What does it matter? No computer. No. Got it. No. Alright, let's see. Is it? Whoa! Where is this magical chart? Ah, there we are. I see. But this is the base amount, right? So we have 1, 2, 3. Interesting. Get down! No, you can't hit the button! He legitimately was going to go hit the button. I think he was trying to play with the microphone cord, but his paw was right over the button. Gino, you can't do that. Anyway, chart is here. Chart is there. I don't understand it because the amount of fairy bells we got was different. So, stop! Well, anyway. he really likes being up there. My. Yeah, you basically want to wait till the end. Because these are, well, those are, yeah. You want to do the hard ones. You want to do the hard ones, and you want to do as much multiplier as you can. Basically. Because that, I think, pretty sure that's what those are. Right? Right, little guy? Yeah. You're not leaving my arms now. I can't trust you on the ground. But you seem to be okay with this for now. He seems to be okay as long as I pet him. And now Valentina's here. You wanna go play with her? Yeah? Okay. Down to play with her. So let us play with her. Ernesto called. He wants Gino back. He can't have him back. Oh my god. Gino. No, I literally just put him down. Don't you dare. No. Ah. Okay, he's got some string, and now he's got a herb. They'll play together. Good lord. Ay. He misses his dad, boss? Maybe. Well, anyway, considering the constant amount of chaos, I think this might be a good place to end the stream. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out for this first part of the Fairy Gala remix. We shall return to it next week when it comes to become the next part of the Fairy Gala remix. But until we meet again, if you are going to sleep, have good sleep. If you are going to be having a day, have a wonderful day. And I will see you in the next one. Night's blessings. Bye-bye.